Thank you very much, Joey. Well, first of all, sisters and brothers, thank you to the VDLC for a great turnout today, and happy May Day, everybody. We're here, and it really is one world as we celebrate the history and the rights and the struggles of working people across the globe. And there is a sense of unity and solidarity as we do that. And it was great to see everybody coming down the drive. And I want to say I always follow the Carnival Band. It's a good band to follow. So thank you very much for being here today. And you know, it is very important that we celebrate this day and we talk about labor history. So thank you, Joey, for doing that and for reminding us for what it is that's taken place before and what it is that we have to take on today. And you know, I was at the rally at the Peace Arch, We Are One, and it was great to see the solidarity between American sisters and brothers and Canadian sisters and brothers as we understand the context of what it is that we're fighting here in North America in terms of a rollback and a struggle for labor's rights. But we understand that struggle is also global. And when we think of workers who are being killed for fighting for basic labor rights and human dignity, we stand here today not only in celebration, but also with a serious and dedicated commitment that we will not give up this struggle for workers' rights. And I want to tell you one thing. In Parliament, we fought over several parliaments now to stop that god-awful Canada-Colombia free trade agreement. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know what's going to happen up tomorrow night, but I'm going to tell you this. We're going to fight tooth and nail against that free trade agreement because we know that labor rights and that labor leaders and labor activists have been killed in that country, and we're not going to allow that to happen. We do not want this country entering into agreement at the expense of the rights and the dignity of workers and people generally. This is not about free trade, it's about our environment, it's about human rights, and it's about workers' rights, and that's why we're here today. You know, sisters and brothers, I popped over to Melva's table over there. She's got some great buttons, and I decided that I wanted to make my comments based on her budget, on her buttons. So the first one is peace. And thank you to all of the labor activists who for decades have been part of a great peace movement in our city and globally. We say no to war. We understand the costs of war. And so we're here today also for peace globally and also in our own community. Secondly, women make our union strong. Here's to all the women activists and to remembering our history of the women who died in the fire in New York City so many decades ago, and that is now part of International Women's Day. So here's to women's leadership and to Joey, the first leader of the Vancouver and District Labour Council. All power to you, Joey. Next button, stop privatization. This is very much part of Stephen Harper's agenda, is privatization. And I want to say to the sisters and brothers from PSAC, we know that there's a huge issue coming in this country when the Conservatives said that there's going to be $11 billion in cutbacks. So we're here to stand up for public services, for public delivery, whether it's healthcare, whether it's EI, whether it's for seniors, whether it's public services generally, and to say no to privatization and no to laying people off and cutting those basic essential services in our country. Next one, double the Canada pension. Now this is something we can do. This is something we can actually do. You know, I think a while ago we thought it wasn't achievable, but during this campaign we've seen issues like the protection of people's pensions really come forward. And so we've got to get out there tomorrow and make sure that this is an issue after the election, and to say that workers and all people deserve to have a living wage and also a living pension. And so yes to the doubling of the Canada pension. Next one, union chicks kick ass. Now, this is to all the radicals out there who kind of are out on the front line taking up the issues, and the rest of us follow. So thanks to all the activists. Now, I'm going to just be a wee little bit partisan. The next one says Jack Layton for Prime Minister. So, you know, folks, I don't know what's going to happen, but I want to say this. Never have labor's rights been so under attack in recent history as we're seeing in Canada and globally. Never have they been under such attack. But also, never have we seen such unity and uprising and solidarity that is now taking place. So there is both there's the contradiction, both the attack, but also the hope that comes forward. And so let us try and imagine that if every worker in this country voted tomorrow for their own interest and for equality for all workers, imagine what this country would be like. And so that's what we've got to do, is move forward. I know tomorrow is election day. I know all of you are probably engaged in one way or another, but I want to say on this May Day, let us be strong. Let us have hope. Let us have that sense of solidarity that is amongst us, even though we have differences, we have different perspectives, we have different backgrounds and histories. Let us be united on this May Day, that we will go forward in this country and we will not allow the Conservatives to roll back the rights that have been fought for in this country, that workers have died for in this country. We will not allow that agenda to be rolled back. We will go forward and we will work to ensure that there are rights, good labour laws, whether it's provincial, whether it's federal, and we will stand in solidarity with our sisters and brothers around the globe as they do the same thing. Happy May Day.
Thank you, Libby Davies. I also want to acknowledge that Mabel Elmore, MLA, is here today. And Mabel was a long-standing executive member and solid trade unionist member of the Vancouver District Labour Council. It's great to have her here today.